Hello, my friends. I'm Pearlo Wisdom, and you're listening to Rico and Pearlos' House of Exotic Hymes Picks Frolic. And yeah, I could have just took the weekend off, I think. It was old Hymes body lube. It's the best stuff. You know what's good about having a weekend of betting, of poor betting, is that you always have Hymes. Hymes will always be there for you. You'll be able to be unchafed and fresh and ready to go the next day for all your naps. Was at the Costco today. Got my nap cream and gotta load up on the nap cream. I love Costco. Bacon. Got to make sure you got bacon all the time. That's a very important thing to do. All right. So I used an old link here. I hope it worked out all right. Let's go take a look at what it looks like on there. Dre says that he said he was coming on. He said he'd be here in a couple minutes. I'm going to go check out what the stream looks like here. Yeah, it looks fine. Look it open. That looks all right. So I'll share that out. Yeah, I'll go over my picks for today. Wasn't great. I'll tell you, it's 2 days in a row. I'm a little bit concerned. I will be on the Ice Guys tomorrow, and the games that we're looking at now will be the games that I'll be doing for the Ice Guys, obviously, since I'll be on tomorrow. Oh, I don't want to do it this way. I always mess this up. Hey, how you doing, Tim? Come on. Go like that. You think I'd never done this before or something? My gosh. Okay. Oh, thanks for coming in, my friend. How was your day? I went to the Costco today, so picked up my week's worth of nap cream. I like to get it by the week. I find I like to keep it fresh, you know. Don't you like to keep your nap cream fresh? A long busy shift. Yeah, you work tons of hours. You're heading to bed now, so that's what 11. Don't you wake up in like a couple hours or something? Don't you wake up at like 4 a.m. You're one of the you're what I used to do, the 4 or 5 hour a day person. 4 or 5 hours a day sleep person. See, I don't buy that anymore. Homie don't play that. I did not before the show. Pre-nap, pre-nap, pre-show nap. Gotta have the pre-show nap. Four a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and you do so you get up at like 3 in the morning, right? So you guys sleep like 3 or 4 hours and then you're off again. Do you do that 7 days a week? You do that 7 days a week? Do you get a day off ever? Like, see if Dre's coming in. He hasn't messaged me back yet. All right. So, what kind of news do we have today? Oh, I guess I got to go over my picks for today. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. A lot of trends went haywire today. I had some good stuff. Like I didn't lose like yesterday, but it wasn't absolutely fantastic. That's for sure. I did have the Canucks. Remember, I was telling you that I thought that with that Hughes stuff, I wish I would have took William assist. I had my finger over top of it, but I didn't take it. I did have the under. It started out really well. I had the under, but I also had the no goals in the first 5 minutes and under 6.5. But I had the under straight up as well, and I had the Canucks. So that game wasn't too bad. I had what's his name? Glass for over shots. Never got a shot on goal. He's been going over shots 7 straight. I finally bet him. Nothing. Not a freaking thing. Penguins Mammoth, I talked about it last night. I said that when a team falls apart in a game like they did San Jose, they usually lose the next one. And I did take the Mammoth -1, though. So it ended up being a push. And I had the under in that game because this whole day games on Sundays are supposed to be under. I thought the Penguins were going to play really well defensively. And now what I've learned, what I put down in my journal today, 4 days, 3 days off. Okay, that's good, man. That's good. Right on. Yeah, exactly. The one day I bet it, he doesn't even get a shot on goal. But I'm going to keep betting it because it's a good trend. He's been hitting it ever since he's been on that second line. He has been doing it. I guess contextually, I got to look for spots better, but I'm going to keep on betting it anyways. He has been going over all the time. I had a few of those things happen today. It was one of those weekends where I think everything I touched turned to mud, pretty much. I sporadically kept myself alive with little tiny bets that, like Garland for an assist I had. So that was good. I think I had DeBrusque over shots, but they were all for like little bits, and all my little bets kind of kept me alive. Even though it was 2 red days in a row, which doesn't usually happen to me. But I'm just going to say the big bets. I won't go over all the little bets I had, like Kindle for an assist. I also had Kindle for shots. There's another one. He's been going way over his shots. Way over his shots ever since he's been put on the second line. Just down to today. Bet it today. 1 shot. 1 shot. So at least he didn't make it. No, it was 2 shots. 2 shots. He did make it a bit of a sweat. Went into overtime. And he didn't get one. Hurricanes, same as that. Jarvis, 2 shots in the first period. Nothing after that. I've been betting that every day, but he didn't get it. I had the Hurricanes -1. And again, we got the draw, and they gave it up at the last second. I do believe I had a little bit on the draw in that game. I also had that was one where the no goals first 5 and under came in. So I did well in that game. I had the under in the Bruins Wild game. That didn't happen. Geez, the Wild, they weren't even playing well, and all of a sudden, boom. But I had Johansson over shots. He was going over shots like crazy. I think he got injured, though, part way through. I had Faber over shots, and I had a bunch of little bets like that again kept me alive today, so I didn't lose too much. But that was I had a lot of little props on that game, and I think I ended up a slight big green. The Oilers fucked me again. I hate the fucking Oilers. Jesus Christ. Coming off that game in Toronto, I don't know. You really shouldn't be betting a team that just won a big game like that, but I didn't really trust the Canadians. And if you would have told me before it started that they had 28 shots on net on the road, and they were on, and I would have probably bet them team total over 3.5 with Dobish in that. But I didn't get to watch the game because it was on NHL Net, and I don't know exactly what happened there. But the only thing I can say is like I took a good loss here because I had the over. I had I didn't get anything except for and that was another one. Hudson has been going over his shots. Nothing in this one. I did take Hyman for a goal. That helped. And I had the over in the Sabres Kraken game and didn't get that. I did have the Sabres for a little bit. I think I had the Sabres first period and Sabres full game. Had more on the over. Had the Sabres team total over 3 that pushed. So overall, it was not a great day. I'm a little bit red, but not too bad. Not like yesterday. Not 7.5 units like yesterday. But it wasn't a good weekend, that's for sure. Oh, okay. Yeah. The Buffalo Seattle one. Oh man, I went with the history, but as I was going through the day, I heard there was a flu in the rooms on both rooms, and Buffalo was on the end of a 6-game road trip, so usually there's not as much sting on the shots, and I was like, oh man, I'm not feeling that over. I was a 5.5 too, and it's just like but it happens. It happens. So yeah, that was my day. It wasn't spectacular, that's for sure. Do we have any news today? Quinn Hughes scoring a goal. That was pretty cool. I didn't bet him for a goal because, and I should. You should never. I should never question Quinn Hughes and his abilities, regardless of the situation. But he looked really good. If you watch that game, like in the beginning, he looked like he was a little befuddled, especially on the power play. Yeah, in the Seattle game, you did. Yeah. He was on the power play. He looked really confused. He needs to practice. It's been, a whole new team, whole new system. Everybody on the power play is a left winger or left-handed shot. They mentioned that in there, but he still played well. He's going to change that team. There's no doubt about it. That team is better now that they have Hughes and Zeke Buium. Goal and assist in Vancouver. I hope that kid's really good. I watched. Of course, we all watch him. He seems to have like quite a bit of skill. I said he looked like a Hamilton or Chikrin, and I had one or two people DM me saying that they thought he was going to be better than that. And hey, he could. Don't listen to me, man. With young players, you could be right. Like I don't get to specifically watch certain one player, and not to mention some players progress at different rates. Like he looks skilled as hell. The question is going to be what his defense is going to be like Quinn Hughes is not just a great offensive player, he's a fantastic defensive player. Like he's excellent that way. But if you ask me right now, from what I've seen with him, he looks like a Chikrin or somebody like that. But there's moments when you watch him where he's like, could this guy be like an elite offensive player? So he could be. There's no doubt about it. He could be. I don't want to put any. I'm not putting any limits on the kid because he's got 6 skills, man. No doubt about that. Yeah, he had a goal and assist in the first period. Right away, he had a goal and an assist. Now he got that adrenaline rolling and stuff like that. Yeah, you can see that. It's that. Okay, see you later, Tim. I'll wait a little bit longer here for Dre to come in. And if he's not here in a little bit, I'll just get started on the games for today. He did say that when he was going to be home in a couple minutes. And all right, we'll see if he comes in. All right, I'll start looking at tomorrow's games, anyways. Pretty first look at the card, nothing like comes out and screams at me that this is going to be a slam dunk game or like. I don't think, anyways. Florida Lightning minus 142 for the Lightning. Florida's been on quite the road trip. I'm going to take a look at that. Quite the tough road trip. But they got the mojo going. And like you saw with so never took a side. I've learned now, especially in this season more than any, it's not a good idea to fade a team that seems to have gotten going, getting it together, and got moving in a good direction. This seems to just keep on flying that way. But I mean, Tampa's going to be up for this game. Of course, Tampa has the injuries on paper right now. Except for Kucherov, if you just looked on paper, like if you just looked at the two teams, and thought, who's a better team right now? I would say Florida kind of looks that way. They started in Utah, had a back-to-back, lost in Colorado, pretty much gave that game away. And then I ended up taking them against Dallas. Like I said, I just thought that they were really rolling right now, and it seems like they're wanting to get every win. And they're playing well. Like they're just playing well together. And so is Tampa, though. So this one's a bit tough. I think Tampa's had a little bit of rest too. And they only have LA after this. So how many days rest did they have? Yeah, I mean, they've been playing. Oh, they're coming back off that road trip. Right. And they lost to the Islanders on that road trip. It was an Eastern road trip, just Montreal, New Jersey. They beat New Jersey. They slammed Montreal. Had a tight one against the Islanders. Probably looking ahead to this game. Florida's had a couple days off since. Only one day off. So this is 4 games in 6 nights for them. Minus 142. Man, this is a tough game. I could get tight. I could see an over. I mean, I think I would lean Florida just simply because Johansson's in that. I think I'd just take the plus 120. I'm not going to put a lot on it, but well, good. I mean, I don't know. I'm just starting to look. This is Irish King. This is how it works here. I barely looked at the games when I start the stream. I start the whole part of the stream is to listen to handicappers. How you do, Francois? Two handicappers that are do very well. See how they go through their plays. We might have Dre coming in here later, so I can't really give you some quick plays. I'd probably look at Florida here, but it's hard to do. Yeah, minus 142 for Tampa. They're at home. This is a tough one for me. I'm really not sure what to do with this game. I mean, it could be an under. They could play tight. My gut says over if it's a 6. I mean, Florida's going to come out hard after that loss. Let me pull up. Maybe I can find. Head to head would go back to the playoffs, right? Tampa Bay already won their revenge game after the playoffs. That was in Florida. So this is kind of a revenge game for Florida after Tampa beat them in their own barn. That was a 3-1 low scoring game. For the most part at this total, it's been around push every time they played. But then again, that was a playoff, so it doesn't really mean much. Johansson hasn't been very good. I think Florida should get a lot of shots on Tampa Bay's been shooting a lot too. Pretty back and forth, I think. I'm leaning the over. Any one of these plays that I do, it was an under the first time they played each other this year. Usually they'll change their strategy a little bit. Florida has not been good at first periods on the road. And Tampa has. No. 7-8, no. Nothing really telling me. Oh, that was over. It's been, okay, kind of under. I believe Tampa Bay's got a kind of the rest advantage because they were on an Eastern road trip. And Florida was on like a Western road trip where they had altitude and all kinds of time changes and stuff like that. So in that way, you'd probably look towards Tampa. Florida lost to Colorado after winning 3. They beat Columbus, New York Islanders, Utah, Dallas, and Tampa. I mean, when you think about it, Tampa's only won 2 games in their last 7. They had a draw against the Islanders. Probably in a game that they should have won. That was they outshot their Islanders 37-17. And that's what really does it here. I think I just got to roll with Johansson. I think Florida would get enough shots to beat Johansson. So I'm leaning Florida. At plus 120, I would probably take Florida. There's nothing really that stands out to me for first or second periods. You look at the line. You look at the lineup for Florida. Look at Tampa Bay's lineup: Hagel, Cirelli, Kucherov's a beast. Of course, Cirelli's great, but and of course Hagel. He's kind of slowed down a little bit as of late. He was on a scoring like bonanza there for a while, but he's sort of slowed down. But I mean, they're excellent. That Cirelli and Hagel are awesome full sheet defensive players and all of that. Gunsel, it's a great point to game player. 40, it's going to be somewhere around 35, 40 goals. Also great defensively. Point used to be, but he's not anymore. Like 16 points in 25 games. I'm really surprised that not many people talk about the fact that Point isn't what he used to be. He's not. He's not a solid defensive player anymore. Oliver Bjorkstrand starting to put up a little offense there. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to take a point prop on him or something like that. And then, they got a solid third line, underrated. Yanni Gord and Pontus Holmberg are very good defensive players. I can't believe Toronto just let that guy go. It blew my mind. For $1.5 million, he's a steal for what he does on a full sheet. It's the defense, right? You got, Moser's getting better and better all the time. I have to say, I was not high on Moser when they acquired him, but they've really worked with him, and he's been getting better and better all the time. Darren Radish is having an amazing year, but then after that, Emil Lileberg is a solid defensive guy. And then, of course, Ass Toast. We all love Ass Toast. But in all honesty, is he a guy that's going to be – I mean, he probably won't even be on the playoff roster once everybody comes back. Possibly not. He's been okay. He's probably established himself as an NHLer now, and he'll start getting paid. He'll definitely get a good contract, decent contract in the offseason by somebody. And then Declan Carlisle, Maxwell Crozier. They've been going with some pretty young guys for quite some time. So I could see some breakdowns here. I mean, usually those young guys are good for a little while, but it takes a while to adjust to the NHL, to the physicality and everything. They're not super young either, but they're not established NHLers. And I just think when you look at Florida's lineup with Lusteron and Lundell, Reinhart, that's a shutdown line that can put up points. It's a fantastic line. Verhaeghe, Bennett, Marchand. I mean, Bennett's getting going now. Verhaeghe's getting going now. Marchand's already been going all year. Evan Rodriguez. I got to take Florida here at plus money. Sometimes I got to look through the rosters and just remind myself who's good. Who's got the better roster here? I think Tampa Bay's got a little bit of the rest advantage, but I don't think Florida's going to be beat in this one. Yeah, I didn't have a very good weekend. I'm down on the weekend for sure. I'm probably down just over 8 units on the weekend. So 3-3 OT. Yeah, I put a little bit of a draw. I wouldn't doubt a draw. I am leaning to the over because Johansson's probably going to let a few in here. I mean, Tampa Bay, when they get their mojo going too, and it's just a great passing team, regardless of who's in the lineup. It's fantastic to see that they can have like Hedman and then come in, go out of the lineup. And these guys come in and they know the system. Like they must play the exact same system on their minor league team because these guys come in and they're like, look like they just fit right in. It's amazing to watch. So it's a 6. Yeah, you can get 6.5. You can find 6s out there. I think it's worth it. I think I'll drop a little bit on the 6. Yeah. Yeah, last one was young under. This one will probably be over, and I like. It's just the hard that with the hesitation is they played like Utah was a tough game. Colorado they mailed in. Dallas actually they didn't try that hard, so Dallas looked like they were done. Dallas did something on the road there. There's something they didn't have it at all. I don't think Florida had to try that hard in that game. I think Florida was actually planning on playing for a draw in that game, and they ended up being like, "Wow, we not all that tired." So, Edmonton lost. Yeah, I had Edmonton too. So, yeah, I really thought Edmonton could keep rolling. And it just goes to show that on a back-to-back, once you take the legs away from some of those guys, they don't have a system that can grind it out. I mean, Montreal's an easy team to beat right now. It seriously is. You should be able to beat that team. Dobish, I didn't get to watch it. Apparently, Dobish had a pretty good day. And then you had, of course, the goaltending too. So I shouldn't say too much because Pickard isn't that great of a goaltender, and I shouldn't be putting my money. I didn't have a lot on the game. I had on the over. I had second period over. That's right. I forgot to mention that. I always have second period over and a pushed. So I had the over, but I always take second period over with the Oilers. Right now, I think in the past 8 games, it's like 2 pushes and 5 overs. Like there hasn't been one game that hasn't gone over 2. Tampa Bay Lightning, Florida. If you want, you might want to take a look at. Maybe I could see Tampa Bay, because Tampa Bay's been home waiting for them now. I could see maybe Tampa Bay puck line first period, But I mean, if you're going to take Florida, why are you going to do it? If I'm going to take Florida, why am I? I'm just looking at second period plays and stuff. See if I can find. Yeah, Tampa's straight under in second periods. Florida's a little bit to the over. It just seems like a very tight, sort of offensive game. Maybe both teams to score in the first period over. I don't really have a good grasp on this game. Yeah, Kucherov overshot as far as props are concerned. I mean, Verhaeghe didn't do much in Dallas. Maybe he comes out here. I think he does really good against Tampa Bay. I mean, he's been on a heater, but he just dropped one. Rodriguez has been going over his shots, as Dre has pointed out. For Marchand loves these games. I mean, always good idea to take him. So it should be fairly back and forth. I think Florida will outshoot Tampa Bay because Tampa Bay is not a high volume shooting team. And I just think Florida's going to be really up for this game. So, and with the goaltending disadvantage, Bobrovsky will be in net. Bobrovsky has been today. Bobrovsky hasn't been absolutely spectacular this year either. So the over is the way I would go. Yeah, you could do that. Add Marchand for a point if you're going to take Panthers ML. Should start doing that more, actually. Another thing you could do is like both teams to score 2, Panthers plus 1.5. Depends on how you bet. You know, if you want, it sounds like you want like straight plus money all the time. You want to bet straight plus money all the time. That's not a bad idea. Both teams to score 2, Panthers money line. That'll give you a big plus money play. Ass toast for a goal. Yes, absolutely. Ass toast for a goal. Yeah, we always put goal. We always put prop on ass toast. All right, let's look at the next game. Doesn't look like Dre's coming in. I'm going to go just make sure he hasn't given me 20 to 25 minutes. Okay. So he could come in later and he'll put in his plays as well. But we don't want to just sit here and have dead air until he comes in. But when he comes in, we'll take a look. We'll probably go back through these again. But there's no rules here at Pearls of Wisdom Ministries, you know. We can do things the way we want it, exactly how the fuck we want to do it. That's what I'm doing. Rangers versus Ducks. I'm going over here. Those Stalls back though, and the last game they played was like this lazy day game. It was really tough against New Jersey. That was a tough spot for them, and I didn't even notice it was a look ahead spot. I should have been on New Jersey in that fucking game. There's a look ahead spot every time you're gonna play in New York. MSG, man, that's huge. When you're gonna go play in New Jersey. I mean, I'm sure it's a nice arena and all, but it's not MSG. It's not the, you know, I just can't bet unders with the Ducks. I know Dostal, they don't play a game that, and these young kids, they're not going in to shut down the Rangers. Like they're playing in MSG, babe. So, I mean, they're going to be playing fast and they haven't won a game on the road this road trip either. So they should be going balls out in this game. It has been a bit of a road trip for them. Recent, they have been playing only every second game. Did they beat Pittsburgh? Oh, actually, they did win. They won against Pittsburgh, didn't they? Yeah, and they lost against the Islanders in New Jersey, and now they got the Rangers. Rangers, of course, just spanked Montreal. Not spanked. I mean, they won in overtime against Montreal, where they had a lot of overshit going on. Let's see what do they got after this. I wonder if New York Rangers might be a little bit satisfied. They shouldn't be. Oh, they got Vancouver the very next night. There you go. Okay. So they got the Vancouver the very next night. Anaheim has Columbus the very next night. Shit. Oh, I think that Columbus game is a waste game. I'd probably take draw on dog here. Assuming that Anaheim is a dog, I would imagine they are. Plus 110, not a big dog. I'd probably go draw on dog here. I mean, I look at the Rangers lineup and it just doesn't impress me. They are playing harder, and there are two really good goaltenders. So I could see if it's close down the stretch, I could definitely see a draw. I could definitely see a draw here. You like the Rangers? Hmm. I don't know. I just don't like the Ranger. I look at their roster and I look at their roster and I have a difficult time taking them. Connor Sheary on your top left. I mean, he's had a couple of points as of late. I know that Lafreniere, Zibanejad, Panarin line has been kind of motoring a little bit. They got off to a slow start, but Brett Bedard, Noah Laba, and Will Cooley's all right. But I mean, this is not a good looking lineup, man, especially without Fox. I mean, Susie, Borgen, Vakanainen, and Matthew Robertson. That's brutal, dude. Brutal. Schneider sort of stepped up his game since he went up on the top line, but I mean, do you really call him a number one right D? I don't know. Are they going to put Quick here? And then they got Vancouver next, so they'll probably put Quick in against Vancouver. So it'll probably be Shesterkin against Dostal. If you can get a good number, I would take Shesterkin over saves. That might be your best play. What makes you think there'll be a lot of penalties in that game? Is there a revenge game spot going on here that I'm not aware of? I haven't even looked at it. So, oh right, that's right. You got to take Kreider for a goal. Yeah. No, man, Anaheim wins this game. I forgot about that. They're going to be playing balls out for Kreider and Trouba. Fuck. But Trouba's not going to get in fights with his old teammates much, I don't think. I mean, Kreider for a goal for sure. You got to play that. Maybe even Trouba for a goal. What the hell? I forgot you guys. This is the old teammates. The old teammates game. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can take the Rangers if you want, but I'm not really sure. Is there? I mean, you can't even look at series history because this team is better than it has been. So if the Rangers have a series history thing, yeah. They haven't played since last year. It's 5-4 in Anaheim. And the Rangers won quite a few of them, but I mean, like I said, that's against an Anaheim team that wasn't very good. This team is much better than it was. Yeah. So what did they do? They beat Pittsburgh. They were on a 3-game winning streak. They lost to New York. They've given up. They gave up 5 to New York, 4 to New Jersey, and they had a difficult time scoring in both. I believe in New York, though, they were just goalied. Sorokin beat them. They had 33 shots. Well, not really. I mean, the Islanders did, and they had Husso with that. New Jersey was the first game that Dostal came back, and they outshot him 31-21. And that was in a day game. That's not bad. That's not bad in this early day game when, you got a bunch of kids on the road. They got their mojo going eventually. The Rangers beat Montreal, and I mean that young kid, he played okay, but Montreal had defensive breakdowns all over the place. They basically didn't play defensively at all, and they had a rookie goaltender in there. But before that, they had 3 losses in a row, all at home. Draws, though. I mean, 4 draws in that time. That's why I like to draw. But I can only take Anaheim, man. Plus money, No, I like the Ducks. I like the Ducks here. I mean, the money was on the Ducks on both of those games, and I took the Ducks in New Jersey. In hindsight, I should have paid attention more. You know what? Just getting to the time of year when everything's busy and I'm not focused. I usually am, and I think that's the reason why I had a red weekend, because all I had to do was look to this game and go, "Fuck, they're not going to win that game in New Jersey." They didn't give a shit about that. And like 9:00 in the morning their time against New Jersey, when they got the big Trouba's old team, Kreider's old team coming up, and it's the Rangers. Should have been all over New Jersey there. Fuck. And you know who was? Andrew McGinnis was on New Jersey in that game. The hard part was looking at New Jersey's lineup and taking them, but yeah, Kreider will probably get a point. Yeah. I don't know. I never have luck with that. Hannah. And I know lots of guys that do very well with that. It just seems like every time I take a team and a player to get a point, which seems obvious, they never fucking do it. I don't know what it is. It's just, I mean, if you're gonna take the Ducks, you almost got to take the team total over. Just because when they win, I can't remember the last time the Ducks won a 2-1 game. You can probably get a 3 out there. But I think Shesterkin over saves would be good. I mean, the Ducks are going to have to get lots of shots. We'll see what kind of a number. I bet you it's going to be like 22.5 or something like that. The Rangers have been pretty decent at shot suppression at home. 28 to Vegas. Vegas isn't a high shot volume team. That's actually fairly high for Vegas on the road to get 28 shots. Colorado, I mean, nobody can suppress them. They just shoot like a son of a bitch. 27, 26. But Anaheim's a high volume team. They shoot a lot. Even in their losses, they've had lots of shots. So if you quite often the road team, you'll get like a 22.5, something like that. That would probably be my favorite bet here. Shesterkin over saves. So if you like plus money, take Anaheim to win and Shesterkin over saves. Or if you like the Rangers, take the Rangers to win and Shesterkin over saves. Something like that if you want to combine, if you like that big plus money on every play. Ducks in over 5.5. I don't mind that. Oh, I was going to look at the team total. So that's right for the Ducks. That's why I went over there. So when they win, they generally don't. When they lose, they generally. If you think they're going to lose, take Ducks team total under. If you think they're going to win, like they won against Pittsburgh 4-3, Chicago 7-1. That was their slams, but that was at home. On the road, though, they won. It was 4-1 against St. Louis, 5-4. Yeah, they score 4 if they win, pretty much. So the team total over for Anaheim is probably a good idea. I like taking the 3 at BetMGM, and I can usually guess what that 3 is going to be by looking at, because it's not going to be up at BetMGM right now. Not bad. That 3 is probably going to be about plus 100. Now, I'll split it between the 2.5, and I don't mind the juice. The 2.5 is minus 165, and the 3 would be about plus 110, something like that. So I'll put a little bit on both. And I'll put more on the 2.5. So if it lands on 3, I'll still make money. It's not a push. I'll put more on the 2.5 and less on the 3. Put a little bit on the draw. Yeah, I don't mind the over. Rangers have been scoring more at home now. I'm really interested to see what Trouba is going to be, because Trouba wasn't mad at the players. I don't know. I think Trouba will be kind of invisible, to tell you the honest truth. I mean, he's going to want to win, but he wasn't mad at the players. He was mad at the organization. So he's going to take it out on the players? I don't think so. I think you'll see Trouba's hit line won't be much at all. Same as Kreider. Kreider will score. He'll want to score. He'll want to beat the team for trading him or whatever. You know, it's always fun to play against your ex-teammates, but I don't think they're going to be – who are they going to be fighting and shit? They weren't angry at the players when they left. It seemed like the players were kind of depressed that they left. Like, everybody loved Trouba there. Nobody wanted to see Trouba go. I don't think Trouba was anything against the players. So, yeah, we're talking about the Rangers game right now. And, you know, I feel stupid. I don't know. Shouldn't say I feel stupid. It's been a really busy weekend for me, and I almost always I should tell myself when I'm going to have a really busy weekend outside of doing to not bet, because I miss things like this. With that New Jersey game, I should have been on New Jersey, because this Rangers game, which is Kreider, Trouba return, you know, I think Trouba's already returned once, but this is the first for Kreider. And New York, like, that was a total look-ahead spot for them. Total look-ahead spot. Should have been.
Yeah, I totally get that too. Like, I had a horrible day today. I had a good day yesterday, but today was just not good at all. It started bad. I took the over in the morning game. I took Jersey in the morning game. They ended up losing. And then I put a couple same game parlays together that lost by like one shot or
Well, so
somebody
you
not
weren't
getting a
on with me
point.
yesterday and probably didn't have time to watch the show, because I was on Vancouver in the under in the morning.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
no, I didn't. I didn't
The
watch any
reason
of
why
it.
I liked Vancouver was the same reason, because the same reason I kind of like Minnesota, but I didn't bet them, because they're playing for their new players. You know what I mean? Like, for
Yeah.
Vancouver, it's over. the Hughes situation is over. It's sort of like a weight coming off your back that I think.
Yeah. And then in the Minnesota game, I did a same game parlay and everything was looking good, but Eck didn't get 2 shots. Like he's usually consistent for 3. I took him for 2. And it
You
was
didn't
like
even
a
get
plus
that.
400. No,
Well,
and I had Minnesota money line. It had Quinn Hughes point, Quinn Hughes shots. And I had like one other 2 legs, but the last leg was Eck, 2 shots, and he only got 1. And he had been pretty consistent for getting a goal, so I'm like, he's gonna at least be firing, And most of them, no, he was standing net front, so just hoping to get a tap or something, but he only ended up getting 1 shot.
yeah, I
But
mean,
yesterday I did.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say yesterday I did really good. I took a whole bunch of goal prop saves and all of those cashed. But yeah, my biggest bet was McKinnon over 4.5 shots. That didn't cash. But yeah, I had a pretty solid day yesterday overall. I think I was just barely green, but today, no. Probably down 5 units.
I was down 7.5 yesterday, and I'm
I don't know. I'm
down.
gonna have to.
This is the first time since the beginning of the season that I had 2 red days in a row. I didn't have a huge red day today, but it wasn't great. I had the over in the Kraken Seattle game, and I went against logic just because of the season shit. I'm not going to listen to that shit anymore. Just because of the series history. I mean, it was on a roll for a while, but I mean, that logically, that didn't seem like an over because the Sabres were going to be a little dead leg from playing 6th game. And the Kraken also were they're without so many guys. They got a pop gun offense there. I shouldn't have been playing overs in that. But I also had save prop on Decord, and Sabres didn't get enough shots. It was 23.5, so I didn't even come close on that. Yeah. So I ended up the last 2 games, like I can't believe it. If you would have told me that the Oilers had 28 shots on Dobish, I would have thought they had more than 1 goal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we got the shots for. I had that too. I took the shots too, but didn't really. It was okay, but not great. Oh, I had I had the fucking no goal in first 5 and under 6.5 with Boston. And it was like 4-0. I'm like, they're not going to try to score anymore on Boston. And I look 6-1. Oh, lovely.
It's just one of those days, man.
It's one of those weekends where everything just fell short. Yeah, it just wasn't good. I had Kindle over 2.5 at plus 140. He's been going way over that. Today, 2. Jarvis is easy for over 2.5. Last 6 games, he's been going 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3. Today, got 2 in the first period, nothing after that. So that was not great. But we'll go back to the Tampa game real quick. I kind of went over it. That was a tough game for me, but I'm leaning Florida. Let me
pull it up.
But I know Tampa Bay coming off a loss is kind of tough, but I just like the way Florida's flowing right now. I just like the way they're flowing. They feel like they're back to where they feel like in a really good spot. It feels to me like they got it together with the lineup. Now they got Bennett up there on the second line, and that line looks really good. Bennett, Marchand, and Verhaeghe. And then you got that shutdown top line of Lundell, Luosterainen, and Reinhardt. I mean, it's just they found their gel. And I think Tampa with the kind of beat up defense that they have. I mean, and Johansson in that is just. I can't take Tampa with Johansson in that at minus 142. I can't do it. They might win, but what do you figure? What do you figure in that game?
Yeah, I'm looking at the how both teams are coming in. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you. I kind of lean Florida here. Like you said, Johannesson's in net. Tampa Bay, they're coming off of that loss. This is the first game at home, and then you got Florida, the last game of a road trip.
Yeah,
It is a revenge game for Florida because they lost to them about a month ago, 3-1
yeah,
in
that was a
Florida.
revenge game for Tampa Bay for the playoffs.
Yep.
But this feels like because they hadn't had their shit together, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm really bothered by the fact that they didn't beat Islanders in their revenge game. Islanders beat them twice at home, and then they had them on the road and they lost against them again. That's just feels like a shitty feeling coming home spot, like lack of
I
confidence.
mean,
I just think Florida has their mojo right now and they're going to take them.
yeah, I'm looking at that Dallas game, and they pretty much owned that entire game. It looked
Yeah,
like
Dallas was
the
just shit, though. They
the
had
first
no
period, I
lights.
can't believe each team only had 2 shots each.
Yeah,
But
slow
Florida
start.
had those 3 goals in the second period, 2 of them at even strength, and one of them on a power play, and then an empty netter there in the third. So, and then Tampa Bay, I mean, New York got up on them early, right? Yep. It got up on them early, and then they came back with a power play goal by Darren Radish, and then Moser there with 3 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaning Florida, at least initially right now, with Johannesson in net. No injuries, right? Just still got Hedman on IR.
Just the normal injuries. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what's funny?
Yeah, I'm leaning Florida.
You know what's funny? They both have the same team next. Florida plays LA and then Tampa Bay plays LA. Tampa Bay doesn't have a game for a couple games after this. And when I see that and they've been on a road trip and they're coming home, I kind of get a feeling like in the subconsciously you think, oh, we're going to cut a couple days off after this so we can get back to ourselves again. And that's basically subconsciously telling yourself that you're not yourself right now. And yeah, the more I talk about it, the more I really like Florida in this game. I like Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I like Florida. I think they could win. As far as an over and under, I really don't have.
I like the
I would
over.
probably lean more over than the under. It's at a
Yeah.
flat 6, but with Johannesson, and I could see them giving up a couple, and Bobby's always
Well,
good for
if
a couple.
yeah, probably team total over for Florida. I looked at that. You can get a 3 at plus 100. So I like that.
Oh yeah, I do like that. I actually like that better than the money line because with Johannesson and that,
Yeah,
I expect I expect Florida at least get 3.
I kind of like Florida first period too, because I just think Tampa Bay is going to be coming in a little lack of confidence losing that Islanders game. I just can't help but think that their confidence is damaged right now because they really wanted that one. So, and it's a revenge spot for Florida, like you said, trying to get the upper hand after losing after the regular season, and they're trying to keep their ball rolling to get their mojo going, feeling confident again, getting their swag back, and they got their swagger. That's the word I'm looking for. Feels like they got their swagger back.
Last time Johannesson
Verhege,
faced
Verhege likes to beat up on Tampa Bay quite a bit. and he's been hot. Marshawn for over 1.5 points probably.
Yeah. Johannesson, last time he faced Florida was in the 24-25 season, and he shut him out 3-0 on 36 saves. But
Mm,
2 games before that, he gave up 3 goals. He has been, I don't know, he's 4-4-1 in his last 10 coming into this game,
yeah,
Johannesson. But he's had a lot of he's had one, two, three, four. Four of the last 7 games have been 1 goal games. He's only given up 1 goal. But he's also given up. He's had 2 games that he
who are
gave up
they
four
playing
four
with?
goals.
Like
So Montreal, Toronto, and the Isles, and New York Rangers
New
were
York
the 1 goal
Rangers at home
games.
who can't score. Yeah.
Yeah.
If Tampa
So
Bay's playing top of their game and against like if they have the upper hand in a better spot than the other team, they just play so good defensively that they can Johansson can do okay. But I
yeah, I
don't
mean,
think
and
this is a spot for that.
they've had 4 or more in 4 of the last 5 games. So I mean, for them to have 3 against Tampa Bay shouldn't be bad. Like Tampa Bay's actually been better on the road this year, and Florida's actually been better at home. So they're both in the worst of their splits. But I like Florida.
Yeah,
Plus, yeah, plus 120. I think,
it's a price thing too. Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
All right. So Anaheim and the Rangers, we were just talking about when you came in. Um, I mean, I gotta say, Sullivan, I think, has the Rangers playing the best that they can play right now. When you look at that lineup, he's got them playing the best that they can play. The best that they can play though isn't really all that great. That's the way I look at it when I look at the Rangers. And Anaheim was looking ahead to this game. Kreider and Truba, they're going to want to win for their boys, I think. I had commented here there'll be lots of penalties in that game, but I don't think Truba and Kreider have a problem with the Rangers players. It's the
Yeah.
organization in general. So I'm not sure you'll see lots of penalties in this game. I do think you'll see lots of goals. Though. The only thing I don't like about it is my favorite play in here is Shesterkin over saves. After allowing 4 goals and how many shots the last game, you think Shesterkin's going to have a bad one? When's the last time you saw Shesterkin have 2 bad games in a row? Like, that's the thing I have a problem with the over here is I think Shesterkin's going to play a hella good. So I like Shesterkin over saves more than anything in this game.
Anaheim coming off of back-to-back losses. The New Jersey game, they got handled. Rangers are at home, 3-game homestand. They did win Montreal 5-4 in overtime. 4 of the last 6 games have went to overtime.
Yeah, I
None of
do. We'll
them
put
went to a
something on the
shootout.
draw too. Yeah.
Then head-to-head, they haven't played this year. Anaheim won 5-4 overtime at the end of the season last year. Rangers have held, pretty much owned this matchup 7-3. It's 6-3-1 to the over. Is it going to be Dostal? Dostal and Shesterkin?
Yeah.
Probably.
Just wait
Yep,
a sec.
Dostal and
If you're
Shesterkin.
still there, I am Joe Quando. That's why I said yesterday to take Utah because when a team does what they did against San Jose, almost always they lose the next game, and they lost the same way. Okay, go. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Rangers have owned this matchup, but also the Rangers won 3 or lost 3 of the last 4, just coming off of that most recent win. But all
Yeah,
of those games were grind out wins, other than getting blanked by Chicago.
yeah,
I mean, you had Colorado OT. Vegas OT, Montreal OT. Just that blanking by Chicago, and that was 3-0 early, right? Or no? The last one was Bertuzzi with 3 minutes left in the third. I gotta go with Anaheim here. I think I want to say the over, but with Dostal and Shesterkin, I'm leaning more towards the under. But I could see like a lot of, because Anaheim plays fast. Rangers, they're like back and forth.
Well, Rangers, if you look at their defense, I mean, they're relying on goaltending. That defense is ass, man.
Yeah.
That defense is brutal. The defensemen on that defense is Schneider's not a top pairing defense. I mean, Gavrikov's good, but besides that, it's not a very good defense at all. I think Anaheim could beat the shit out of that defense. I like the Ducks. I'm going to the Ducks. I made a mistake with New Jersey, but because it's a look ahead spot and a bad spot. But this is they've lost 2 in a row on the road. This is a rebound game. You got Kreider and Trouba in there that play for their boys. And I half think the Rangers are going to have a hard time getting angry at them because they love Kreider and Trouba. They love those guys, man. You know, like I just think this is a good slam spot for Anaheim.
I like Anaheim team total over 3.
Mm-hmm.
I could
that,
see that.
Because every time they win,
like,
they get 4 goals, pretty much. Yeah.
Last time Shesterkin faced Anaheim, which was last year, gave up 5 goals. And then the year before that, he gave up 2 and he gave up 4. So he's given up 11 goals in the last 3 games versus Anaheim.
Yeah.
And he's given up 3 or more goals, three straight games.
That game with Montreal, it looks bad on Shesterkin, but if you were watching that game, the Rangers were clueless in their own end. Made it really tough for Shesterkin to get saves in that game. So,
even looks worse that it was only on 17 shots.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think really he had a terrible game. I think the defense the defensemen are not very good.
Yeah. So, I mean, I lean Anaheim. I know it's juiced to the over, but I kind of lean to the under. I could see this even ending right at a flat 6. I could see a 2-2 or a 3-2 game and then an empty netter there at the end of the game. Probably a 4-2 finish, but
I could see Dostal having a bounce back game after his first rusty game too in this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if Anaheim's going to play the way I think they're going to play, I don't know if the Rangers are going to get all that many shots. To tell you the honest truth, I'd almost lean Rangers team total under. Except that Anaheim doesn't really pay attention to defense all that much. That's the only thing I'd be concerned about. But I don't think the Rangers are going to play too much in the opposing zone. But Seneca, of course.
Yeah, Seneca, of course.
That's pretty. You're
He's
still
been
getting
on a drought, right? He hasn't got it in the last 2 games.
Yeah,
I think we should make it a good bet to bet on.
It's a good time to bet it. You get plus money for it.
Yeah, and you playing against your Sturkin.
Troy Terry's going over his shots almost every game right now.
Plus 155.
And Kreider, of course. Got to take Kreider for a goal coming back. Goal, probably shots.
Yeah, Seneca plus assists, 1 plus assists is plus 155.
Yeah, that's what he's
been.
Be
good. Terry shots 2.5. Well, he's been covering 2, but his line's probably going to be 2.5 tomorrow, plus 122.
Yeah.
He's actually covered that in 83% of the games. So 5 of the
Yeah.
last 6 games versus the Rangers.
I didn't look at like how many New York guys besides a Kreider like actually from New York. I think Terry's from Colorado though. Yeah, he's from Denver. Kreider's from Massachusetts. Cutter Goche is from Pittsburgh, I believe. Oh, he was born in Sweden, but I think he grew up in Pittsburgh. That's why he hated Philadelphia. That's the reason why he wanted to trade it. He told them not to draft him because he hated Philadelphia. That's the reason why he asked for a trade. Jackson Lacombe's been going over shots. He's been getting points. That's another good one. Where's he from?
Sorry, I was muting the wrong mic when I coughed.
He's from Minnesota.
But yeah, I lean Anaheim. I lean the under. I may play Seneca assist. We'll see.
I just have a hard time taking unders with Anaheim. That's the thing. I like the team total over. If you like the under, you like team total over Anaheim. If you like Anaheim and you like the under, you like team total under for the Rangers and team total over for the Anaheim. Because Anaheim almost always scores at least scores 4 when they win. And it's a 6. So that means you're only giving 2 to the Rangers for a flat 6. Or 1 for that matter to actually hit the under. But I mean, it could be 3-2, and then they don't get the empty netter or something like that. It's a sweat either way, whatever way you do it. If you take the total. So, all right, let's go to the next game. Ottawa, Winnipeg, and team coming off a long losing streak got Hellebuyck in net. I still don't like this Winnipeg team, and I think they're going to probably not do well overall, but this Ottawa team's not in good form. They should have won. They should have played the game against Minnesota. They could have played better.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wasn't really a great spot for Minnesota, but in fairness, Minnesota was on a heater. I want Ottawa to win because I took them to make the playoffs and I bet them to win the division, but I don't think that's going to happen. Right? You got Kachuk back, and I don't know. There's something wrong there. Something going on there. But if I would have known Hellebuyck was in against Washington, I wouldn't have been so strong on Washington. That's another reason why I took a big loss this.
Yeah, and I remember that night before it was showing Hellebuyck on two or three of the sites, but somebody in the chat had said something that he wasn't going to play, and I think that's why we were going with it. He wasn't going to play. I didn't.
And it wasn't showing on any site. Like they kept it as quiet as they kept. They didn't. I didn't think it popped up until just before game time, right?
No, it was the night before. It was showing Hellebuyck. And I had said it on the stream.
Yeah, projected though, but not
projected. Not. Oh yeah. Then I don't think he was confirmed until.
It wasn't confirmed until
15 minutes. Yeah, like 15 minutes before the game or something. So
I don't like taking this Winnipeg team at -130, and I don't like taking Ottawa at +110. I think this is a straight under game. It's a five
I
and a half.
like.
It's a 5.5 for a reason. It's juiced to the over, but how do you bet it?
I think
Again, first five, no goals, first five under 6.5. Maybe.
I like. Looks like defensively. Well, I mean, they played Dallas, Boston, and Washington. Um, I mean, Hellebuck saves might be good depending on what number that is. They've given up
Ottawa
30 or
has been
more
shooting on
shots
it. Yeah,
at home.
that
They've
makes
given
sense.
up
And Ottawa
31 the
should be
last three.
angry here because they really need a win.
Yeah, I mean, and then if you look at their last four games, like they put up 36 shot against Minnesota. They put up 29 against Columbus. They put up 38 versus New Jersey. Put up 42 versus the Blues. Like I think we're gonna probably get like a line of 24 or 25 for Hellebuck.
Yeah,
And I think that I mean you're probably gonna get a lower number just banking on Winnipeg supposedly plays better defense at home. But I mean when you got Ottawa coming off of four of the last five losses and losing that most recently Winnipeg game, I might even I don't know about taking them first period.
Ottawa
As
first period.
yeah. I mean, I could see that it's their first game of a road trip. Um,
It's first game of Ottawa's road trip.
yep. Yeah, they had three games at home. They just recently played Washington. Oh, I'm sorry,
No, they played
Winnipeg.
Minnesota before this on the road. No, they had
Oh,
a
it's
couple.
it's
They wasn't
Winnipeg's.
Columbus on the road and Minnesota on the road. I could have swore it was.
So I was talking about Ottawa, but it was selected on Winnipeg. So that's my bad. Winnipeg's on the
Yeah,
fourth
okay,
game of a homestand, and then they head out on the road after this game.
right. I
Um,
so Ottawa played. Why did I go the week before? I went this week.
Day before yesterday. Well, they've had today off. They play tomorrow. They played Minnesota yesterday.
They've been playing every second day. They played Columbus. They lost versus Columbus. No, they won against Columbus, didn't they? They
Yes.
lost against Minnesota. Oh, that's Columbus.
And it's probably going to be Allmark and Hellebuck.
This
Kind of makes me
Winnipeg
want
team
to.
is a different team when they have Hellebuck there, but they're still not a good team.
Yeah.
That's the problem I have here, is they're still not a good team. I mean, Hellebuck makes them a much better team. I mean, not a good team for their. They go home and play. Ottawa goes home and plays Pittsburgh after this. They got Pittsburgh, Chicago, and then
Boston.
Boston.
And Winnipeg heads out on the road and they play St. Louis, Colorado, and Utah. Um,
Winnipeg protects their own barn, man. I just
yeah.
they're not going to get as many wins at home, but they've been losing a lot at home, and they got Hellebuck in. I think it's a Winnipeg spot. I think Winnipeg.
Yeah, I won't probably be taking Winnipeg, but I do like Hellebuck saves. I would lean to the under, but at 5.5, I don't like it. Um,
Yeah.
and if I was gonna take Ottawa anything, I would probably take them first period on the money line. No,
What was
you'd
your reasoning
probably
for that? Just because they're going to be
just
angry?
yeah, just because they've lost four or five. This is the third game of a road trip. You're probably gonna get their, in my opinion, their best effort in the first period. Because I think the longer they grind it out with Winnipeg's gonna end up grinding them down. They're gonna end up winning. sometimes you see teams get frustrated when they're putting 25 shots up on
Oh, for
Hellebuck and
sure.
he's
Yeah.
not giving, you know. Um, but yeah, I think, yeah, I think if, in my opinion, if you're gonna take anything in Ottawa, you try to take them in the first period on the money line. I don't know what the plus puck line will be because they're plus 110. It probably won't be a playable number. But just take them on the money line. That way, if it's tie, you at least get a push.
Ottawa
But I think
does
you're
have a
gonna,
good first period road record, 7-3-5.
so. But yeah, I lean Winnipeg. I just minus 135. Maybe you take
7-3.
them in game. If Ottawa scores first, I'd like to take Winnipeg live on the money
I kind
line.
of like the over first period because of that. Winnipeg has been going over quite a bit first period, but because Ottawa will probably, like you said, score early, come out balls out, and try to get one early because they know they'll probably fade down the stretch, right? Because they've been on the road for a
Yeah.
while.
Winnipeg's won 6 of the last 7 too versus Ottawa.
Ottawa's 9-5-0 to the. Oh, that's at home. I screw that up. Winnipeg is 9-6-0 this year to the over at home. And Ottawa's 10-7-0. Yeah, I like the first period over. Now, that being said, yeah, that's still with Hollebuck and some net for some of those, I would imagine.
I guess I got to go with Winnipeg. I got a Winnipeg hat on. I didn't even think about that.
It'll be interesting to take Ottawa first period, Winnipeg second period, Winnipeg full game.
Yeah, you could do that one where it's Ottawa to win the first period, or Ottawa to take the lead
The,
first,
the
and then
parlay,
Winnipeg to win. Yeah,
that would be a good price. Yeah, so those are good prices, especially if you take Ottawa puck line first period reverse and Winnipeg to win. It's like plus
yeah.
900.
Some books also have the Winnipeg to win by a comeback. You know, to be down at
Yeah,
any point of the game and win.
second period. Why is Ottawa? I guess because they don't have Hollabaugh. Wow, the second period over too. Holy shit. Ottawa's 11-3-3 on the road to the second period over. Is this a 5.5? It is.
Yeah,
And Winnipeg is 6-3-6. Now, how many of those were when Hellebuck was in net, and how many of those? Hellebuck before he left wasn't looking too good. He wasn't looking too good. He looked good the last game.
yeah. Maybe
I
that's
just
why he
wonder if
wasn't looking
Winnipeg
good.
has the same mojo as they had in that first game back. You know, it's Hellebuck's
Yeah.
first game back. Are they going to have the same mojo they had? So yeah, I think I'm not going to take the side. I agree with you. I don't like
Yeah,
Winnipeg at minus 130.
yeah.
As a
Like I
favorite.
said, I won't. I lean Winnipeg. I probably won't take them. I just say if Winnipeg scores early, then you take Winnipeg live because it'll be plus money.
Josh
At
Morris,
least
he's
right
been
now.
going over his shots almost every game. He's also good for an assist too. Velarde's back on the top line with Shifley and Connor. They experimented him down. Now they're putting Perfetti, Nemeshnikov, and Niederreiter together. I follow Lowry and Barron. I follow actually got a couple goals on that top line, but Taves is on the fourth line where he should be, where he's supposed to be. Yeah, sorry, he's been terrible. He was terrible up on that second line. He probably told them, you know what? Come on, guys. I wouldn't doubt. I'm not what I was before. So Winnipeg and under Francois. Okay, I think we exhausted that one pretty good. You could parlay that
Mm-hmm.
top line for Winnipeg if you like Winnipeg. Parlay that top line.
Yeah.
Say,
At least Connor and Shively for sure.
I got like today. If you would have looked at my regular plays, you think, oh, you got your ass kicked. But I do stuff like that. I got these little parlays like I had, and they saved me on my day. Like I'm only a little bit red because of it. And anybody who followed me, you remember when I used to post like all my stuff. You can tell like I got shit tons. All right, next. Um, what you got? Dallas, LA. I can't take. You think LA's Dallas is gonna have another game like they did against Florida? This is a Dallas fucking smash.
This is a Dallas money line and under 6.5. Line is 5.5. It's gonna be Kemper and Ottinger. Series history 3-7 to the under. I really think Dallas
LA's
comes
not
back.
scoring.
Yeah. I
I,
mean, I understand. The only thing that would keep me off of Dallas is just LA's road record. They're 8-2, but they have lost 5 times in overtime. So technically, they're 10-7. I mean, 10-2 and 10-2 and 5. So technically, they're 10-7 on the road with 5 overtime losses.
but they
I mean,
went
I
on a
could.
run on the road. I don't know if they're gonna. That's gonna be something that is they're gonna sustain. They just
Yeah.
went on a bit of. They went on a run. I'm not sure that's gonna continue going that way. Um, I just can't
Not
see
only
them.
that, it's a revenge game for Dallas because LA beat them in Dallas in overtime 3-2 earlier this season on the 23rd of October.
Uh, 10. So they're 4-6-4, 10-2-5.
LA's coming off of back-to-back overtime losses too versus horrible losses Seattle and Calgary. That
Yeah.
either that's either horrible losses or that just tells you that they're just as good as them. One of the two.
Well, I think they have a better team,
Yeah, I
but
do
and
too.
four, they've only won 2 of their last 6, 3 of their last 7. Their last road win, um, they lost 2 of their. They lost. Okay, they have a good road record, but they've lost 2 of the last 3. They were in OT. They got a lot of draws. You might want to. You could put a draw here, but I just think this is a Dallas smash. Dallas is going to be pissed off to their performance against Florida because they had nothing in that game. It was just brutal. They just got the shit kicked out of them. Not only that, they lost to Minnesota too. Yeah, they've lost 2 in a row. It's been a while since Dallas has lost 2 in a row. So I'm going to take the money line and in regulation.
Yeah, I lean Dallas. It's -145. Probably not gonna get any better than that either.
No, it's Kemper versus Ottinger. Yeah.
Like once Ottinger gets confirmed, it's probably gonna get worse. So minus 140 on ESPN bet is your best line. If you have one of those Profit X or Novig, it's minus 135. But Circa's minus 134. I don't have Circa in Arizona though. Yeah, minus 140 is your best bet, your best line. Like I think my memory serves me correct. Rantanen is pretty consistent at home for getting a point at home.
Well, Robertson goal.
Robertson goal.
Yeah. I should check to make sure that.
There it is. Oh wow, Rantanen's only had a point in. Oh, he's had a point in 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7
He's
of the
slowed
last
down a
9
bit.
games for LA. But
Okay.
he hasn't had a point in 2 games. So
Yeah. Good breakout spot. I think you're going to see. I think this is a Dallas smash. I don't care if Kemper's in. Just
yeah.
however you want to do it. Hintz turned out to be okay, thank God. So he's in. Duchesne under a point if you can get it for a good price because he's down there with. How do you say that again? Hickowian? Something.
Oh yeah.
I always forget. I hear it. And I'm like, I don't remember that. And sure as shit, the next time I got to say his name, I got.
Yeah, I haven't.
He's skinning for points is good. Look, I think he's going to win the Norris this year if it's not McCarr.
Hirikachuan.
Hickowian. It's not pronounced what it looks like. Doesn't matter. Oh, they took Vladislav Kolyachonok out. I guess when Heiskanen came back. I thought he was playing really good. But
Robertson didn't have
Harley when
one.
Harley came back, yeah, they kept Kobienko instead of him.
Robertson didn't have one shot on goal in the last game.
God, nobody had hardly any shots on goal in that game. So
that's right, the Florida game. Yeah, there was 2 in the first 4 in the.
That's why I think
period,
they're going to
2 from
come
each
angry.
game.
I think they're going to ruin it. I'd almost go. I'm going to take Dallas money line rag. I might even take them a little bit puck line and team total over. I think they're going to. Rickovian. Yeah, it's Rickovian. The H is silent.
But yeah, I lead Dallas.
That's it.
And I
Thank
lead
you,
the under, but at
Francois.
5.5.
I'm going to give you a nice little Hymes basket right now. Hernandez. We got Francois here. He's helping us out. Yeah, on your way to Sherrod's place again. Yeah. Just bring a little basket. Yeah. Helen's got like a whole bunch of them down in the basement there. Oh. So there's no more left? Wow, Christmas time. I'm sure she'll grind you out at one. All right. You can go now. Okay. So there you go, Francois. You're going to get a nice little basket of honeydews for you. Helping us out. So yeah, it's pretty easy for me. Minus 142. Unless Ottinger has a bad night or something, I don't see them winning. I haven't even looked at what they have ahead of them or whatever. I haven't even looked at that. It's just after losing to Florida and playing like shit, they're gonna. I just can't see them not come balls out here. No, they're going on the road too. You want to like Rico always says. Like Rico always says, you want to go out to the, but of course you want to go on the road and feeling good, right? It's a little different for them because they're already in the sun. They're going to San Jose, but still.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got a nice little look ahead spot. They play Toronto. Uh, when Anaheim comes back from their road trip, that'll be interesting. But there's nothing to look ahead here too for them. And LA's got the champions after this, playing Florida after this. Florida, Tampa Bay. You could say, well, they're going to win this one. I just don't trust that team to win this one or anyone for that matter.
Yeah. All right, we got one more.
One more game. I'm just going to look at LA. I didn't look at LA's
Okay.
depth chart to see if there's anything funky going on. They haven't even had injuries either, LA. Really,
No,
except for
the only one
Dowdy
is
for.
Denault. Denault is day to day right now.
I have a
He was
feeling
a late
he's.
scratch on Saturday's game due to illness.
Yeah, I think he's on. There's talk he's getting traded. Dano's getting traded, and they don't want him to get hurt. Sort of the same reason. Notice how Rossi was all of a sudden healthy when he got traded. He's playing today in Vancouver. Kuzmenko has been on the is a healthy scratch. I don't think he's hurt, is he? Wow. He's played himself off the lineup again. He does that every single time, unless he's hurt, but I haven't heard anything about him being hurt. Okay. Last game.
God, I I hate that I like Nashville in this game. It's a revenge game for St. Louis, but
I think series history says over. Nashville's been playing to the over.
Yeah, the series, and it's weird because it's a flat 6 and it's juiced to the under. Like, I don't understand why. Like, the 7 and 3 to the over. Like, I get that 3 of the last 4 have been to the under, but outside of that, they are all way over. And Bennington hasn't been great. Holloway is a game time decision or day to day. You got Kyrou on the injury report still. Bukestad is out. It's very hard to not take Nashville here. Nashville was playing well. They just got beat by Colorado, which is a given because it's Colorado.
The Hymes Bowl, we called it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were losing that. Holloway's out too. Holloway's day to day. We're taking Nashville. Nashville and team total over.
And they beat St. Louis like well handedly too, 7-2. It wasn't a close game.
That's the bad
Colorado,
part. It's a revenge game. That's the bad part.
Yeah. And I mean, look, they beat Florida. Like, they lost to Carolina. That's a loss I can see happening to them. Like, Carolina's good. You beat Calgary. That's a team that you should beat if you're a good team. Winnipeg, you lost 2-5. Like, Winnipeg's gonna win them. They're horrible this season, but they're still a somewhat decent team, personnel wise. Chicago, they beat Chicago, so it's like they beat Detroit and then they lost to Florida. Um, like they're beating decent, good teams, and St. Louis on the other hand, like they lost to Nashville 2-7. They beat Chicago, like but big whoop de doo. Like Chicago's playing good, but it's
Yeah.
Chicago. Lost to Boston. Boston's been playing well. Meet Montreal. Montreal's just a really hard team to figure out, in my opinion. They win the games that they should probably lose and lose the games that they should probably win. They beat Ottawa. Ottawa's not been that great. I mean,
There's
they
some
beat
bad. They were catching teams in bad spots a
bad
lot.
spots.
And they were getting outshot like a son of a bitch. Hofer is the better goaltender right now.
Yeah.
But we got to clip this shit. So,
Yeah, I like Saros. I like Saros over Bennington for sure.
I think, you know what? I've seen a lot of like YouTube stuff with Nashville. That they're pretty tight, those guys. Like they literally go around hugging each other all the time. Yeah, they built a really strong family team there that plays for each other. Um, so Nashville's had the better record. They're in the better form. No, they beat Chicago Chicago was in a bad spot. They've been winning in bad spots. I think Nashville bounces back after that scheduled loss and probably wins this one. Maybe take Nashville team total over. They usually win with scoring right now, depth scoring.
And you
Then
know
you can
what?
take
They only lost 4-2. Like me and you, we were thinking this was gonna be a 7-1,
yeah.
7-2
I didn't get to
game.
watch the game. I don't know if Colorado took it easy on them, but they're playing well. All right, we got to clip this. Hymes body little
I
bit's
was
the best. I said it.
I was gonna
But
ask you. It is recording, right? Because in the comments, there's a section that says recording, and it says recording hasn't started.
really?
Yeah, because I've never seen that in the. You know how we have our private chat and then comments. There's another section in there that says recording. It says recording hasn't started,
I don't
and
know.
it's
It's
always
recording
in
now.
there.
Okay.
Okay.
See you later. All right, let's get her done. Got to do it quick. I want to get that in. Probably not going to get in time anyways. Hymes body little bit's the best. There, I said it. Where do we start at? Anaheim,
Florida.
Range? Oh yeah, Florida, Tampa Bay. What do you got?
I'm leaning Florida here. Don't really have a side. I mean a total. Just lean Florida. It looks like it's plus 126. I like that.
Yeah, I like Florida too. I'm going to take a little bit Florida first period the more I think about it. And team total over 3, I think we like that too. Rangers versus Ducks.
I like Anaheim. Anaheim team total over 2.5 or 3, whatever you can find. It's probably going to be 3. Totals at 6.5. And I like Anaheim as the road dog plus 112.
And I like Shesterkin. I like the same thing, and Shesterkin over 6. And if you want to know why we like them, you can go watch the whole video. Ottawa versus Winnipeg.
I don't. I'm probably not going to take a side, but I lean Winnipeg. I think I'm going to watch this game live if Ottawa scores first. I do like maybe Ottawa to score first or Ottawa first period, but just lean Winnipeg. And I kind of lean Winnipeg's team total over.
Yeah, I don't mind that Ottawa money line. I kind of like the over first period. I think that most of the goals will come in the first period here. They're both good first period teams. And I think I'll put a sliver on that Ottawa puck line first period and Winnipeg to win the game at plus 900. So I like sort of the same thing you do. Dallas, LA.
like Dallas at home. I think they should win this game. I lean the under. I would if you don't like taking it at minus 140. I don't think this game sees 7. I could see a 4-2 game. Maybe just Dallas money line at under 6.5.
Yeah, you can take Dallas money line at under 7.5, and that'll just boost it up a little bit. That for sure I can see. Or LA Kings team total under 3.5 and Dallas money line. That would be a good one. I don't see the Kings getting over 3 goals in this game for sure. But I like Dallas. I like Dallas in regulation. I like Dallas puck line. I like everything Dallas in this game. Nashville, St. Louis.
I like Nashville here as a road dog. I just think Saros is playing a lot better than Bennington. Nashville was playing well before they lost to Colorado in that revenge game spot, and pretty much a scheduled loss. I see a bounce back here for Nashville, and I would lean the over. Series history says the over, but I'm probably not going to take a total in this game.
I like Nashville team total over. I like Nashville as well. I think you can. There's really no other way but to take them. I think they come back off that Colorado loss. And no, I didn't crush it. I had a bad weekend, Doug. And that's it today, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Remember, Exotic Wagers. Go check them out at Exotic Wagers. Get your little finger Pilates there, so you can tap that like button, smash it. You can even do that there, like just hit it more than one time. It's good for the soul. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I don't know why anybody hasn't subscribed. No idea, but possibly there might be people out there in the land that haven't subscribed yet. Tomorrow I'm going to see if I can pull out some letters. We get your letters every day. We get Hymes goes down to the letter table or letter room. You got a little sack, and it goes like that. It's funny. We all laugh, and there's glee. We do the Pearlo dance around the letter table, and we pour them all over the place. And I'm gonna maybe read one of your letters tomorrow. You had a whole bunch of people comment in the comment section yesterday, and we have this new Hymes, it's like this big tube thing that you can have. And the cool thing about it is what you do is it has a lever that goes up on the side of your bed, like it goes like that, and you just pull it and it squirts out. So you don't have to go reach. So if you're sleeping and you wake up and you need a little, feel a little chafed, just hit the lever. Anybody that comments, you're getting one of those, my friends. That's all the commenters down there because I love it. I answer. You notice I answer you all the time. I don't just say comment because I want the channel to do good or blah, 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 blah. I actually want to hear your comments. I like them. Doug comments is all the time. Francois, thank you for correcting us on Ricobian. It's Ricobian. We'll remember that for next time. And I'll see you next time on Rico and Pearlos' House of Hymes Exotic Picks. Which one do you like better? Hymes Exotic Picks or Exotic Hymes Picks? Exotic Hymes Picks sounds better. That's what we're going to call it from now on. I'll be on the ice, guys, tomorrow. And don't forget Puck In Deep. We just did an episode a little while ago. Go check it out on my channel. Puck In Deep. Great work we do there as well. Pearlo Danci out, and we will see you tomorrow. Okay. That's my full 42. Forgot about that.